Kennywood Park has been a Pittsburgh landmark for 116 years, and this Saturday they open for another season. We learned about Kennywood's history from the time that it was a trolley park all the way up until currently, with the addition of electricity and all of the new rides.
We actually started back in 1898 as an end-of-the-line trolley park. To understand what that means is, if you think of the city of Pittsburgh as the hub of a wheel, the spokes in those days coming out from that hub were the trolley lines. They brought people from the city out to different places, and it was a primary means of transport.
Fans will notice some new additions to the park on Saturday, including a new restaurant in addition onto the world-famous Potato Patch Fry stand.
Well, we have a lot of new things this season, and some of which the guests will be seeing this Saturday when they enter the park. Our main new attraction this year is Johnny Rockets. It's a sit-down restaurant, but the reason it's a big deal is because it's the first time in 30 years we've had a sit-down restaurant here at Kennywood. However, we're not expecting it to open until closer to June 1st. But when our guests get here on opening day, they're going to find everything from brand new entertainment to new bodies on the Phantom. We replaced the bodies of the train this year. Hopefully headlights on the Thunderbolts, and a lot of other treats all around the park, especially when it comes to food.
Despite the change to the line at Potato Patch, fans will not have to worry and will still be able to enjoy the same classic fries they have always loved.
We're making a small change to the Potato Patch. Luckily, it's not going to affect the fries or the food that the guests love, but the way you order it is going to be different. Basically, we move the registers about 10 feet forward, so it's going to expedite the ordering process a little bit. The guests will step up, place their order, and then move just beyond that kiosk to the actual counter, at which point their food will be ready for them so they can just pick it up and sit down and eat with their family.
We also learned about Kennywood's newest addition, the Johnny Rockets restaurant, the first sit-down restaurant at Kennywood in over 30 years.
And people started inventing rides, then rides were started to be put in here at Kennywood.
Well, there's always a lot of maintenance that we do over the winter. We, of course, have to inspect every ride before we open it. But everything will be up and running on Saturday.
We were able to find out about Kennywood's season passes and their processing this past weekend, and how the customers will be able to enjoy their summer here at Kennywood.
Well, at this point, we have a number of different season passes. We have the Holiday Lights Pass, the Summertime Pass, the Ride and Slide Pass for Kennywood and Sandcastle. So we thought it was important to give our guests an opportunity to come out here to have time to process those season passes before we opened. So ideally, once opening day hits, they don't have to worry about getting their season pass processed, and they can enjoy the entire summer every single day if they'd like.
Has there been an increase in the number of season passes sold at all this year? Or?
Up to this point, we have sold more season passes, but we have many different types of season passes we didn't have last year. For example, this year we have a senior season pass for guests 55 and over, and this is the first time we've done that. So we have a lot of different season passes to offer this year.
Well, the wooden coasters obviously take a little more maintenance than some of the other rides because we do replace a section of the track every year. About 1/5 of the track gets replaced every year.
The oldest ride currently in the park is the Garfield's Nightmare, or originally called the Old Mill. That is currently the oldest operating ride, built in 1902. But some of the other old rides, the Jackrabbit was 1920, the Racer's 1926/27. The Thunderbolt originally was the Pippin, that was, and the Pippin still exists. That's a part of the coaster in the ravine. That was 1924. The Auto Ride, 1926. Noah's Ark, 1936. So we still have a lot of old-time, the Turtle, which is a classic, that's 1931. So we still have a lot of old-time rides that you won't find in any other amusement park.
Aside from miniature changes, fans will still be able to enjoy a classic atmosphere at Kennywood Park, including many of their favorite classic rides, including the Thunderbolt, the Jackrabbit, and the Racer.